Hello again. We're back for the second part of the Galaxy S3 versus or comparison to the iPhone 5. Just before the break, we were doing a comparison between S Voice on the S3 and Siri on the iPhone 5. And I thought maybe I'll just continue to show a couple more examples before maybe switching on to something else, since I did maybe a few examples here. It's quite fun. You do get some funny responses out of these two things, but let's just see what else we can find. I'm just going to load up S3 here. Stop. Alright, so let's think of something. Calendar. I do have calendars on these things, so hopefully you can set up a calendar invitation. Book an appointment for 5 p.m. tomorrow.
You don't have any appointments on your calendar for tomorrow at 5 p.m. Shall I create it?
No. Yeah, so okay, so the iPhone tried to book an appointment, or they, but actually no, let's just correct that. They both tried to see if there was an appointment in the calendar for 5 p.m. The iPhone went one step further and asked me to if I wanted to create one. The S3 just seems to have brought up the calendar application. It's kind of left me in the cold a little bit. Obviously have to press the button again to get it back up. So not too sure how that one was probably going to end if I was driving a car, but hey. Let's see if I can. I don't think I have any more music on this thing. Do these things load up applications? Let's try that. So because I think that's pretty cool that you can actually just call out an application and it opens it up. So let's try this one sec. Right, cool. So let's try to open Facebook. Why not? Open Facebook.
Which of these would you like? Facebook, camera, or pages?
Facebook. Interesting. So obviously if I just had one version of Facebook there, it would have brought it straight up, but it gave me a few options on the iPhone 5. I called that one a draw. I mean, at the end of the day, it got what I was trying to say, so it's pretty impressive. Let's think of something else. What else would you want to try and do? Let's try this. What was the latest score between Arsenal and Manchester City?
This one ended in a tie. One each for Arsenal and Manchester City.
That was pretty good, I have to say. S Voice has given the result over voice, whereas the iPhone has done both a visual representation and also given it to me over voice as well. So this is a pretty good showing from S Voice. This is the best I've actually seen it perform, and I'm actually quite interested to see what else I can do. Let's see, these things really do book appointments, or book restaurants. Find me the closest Indian restaurant.
I'm sorry, I don't have an answer. Would you like to search the web?
No.
I found 11 Indian restaurants. 3 of them are fairly close to you. I've sorted them by distance.
Not too shabby. Obviously, you've got that feature which is new now. Stop. New now on iOS 6, which allows you to find restaurants and sports scores as well. So I didn't know that S Voice did that as well, but it seems like he doesn't seem to be able to do that for restaurants, unfortunately. I'm just trying to think of, let's do, obviously both these things also do dictation as well, voice, which is pretty good. So let's see how well these things do dictation. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy brown dog.
Let me do an internet search for an answer to
I don't know what you mean by the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy brown dog. How about a web search for it?
Well, they both kind of done exactly the same thing, but they've also translated exactly what I said to the letter and to the word, so that's pretty impressive. Let's see if they can send text messages. Send this text message to Sandra.
What's your message?
What do you want to say to Sandra Brooms?
Hi, how are you?
I updated your message.
Your message.
Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send it.
Okay, I'm sending it now.
Pretty impressive. So
I cannot send it.
yeah, you can't send it because you're not connected to a SIM card. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I have to say, this is the best I've seen S-Voice work. Obviously, it's a over the network kind of thing, so it's not actually software built into the phone. It's sending the responses off to a server, which is then feeding them through a machine, feeding you back the responses. So that's definitely improved over the past month or so that I've actually used it. I haven't really used it that much because it's been crap before on the Samsung, but iPhone's usually been pretty good, but obviously now better now that you're using iOS 6. They obviously both do dictation within their own respective messaging apps as well, and I may well give that a try. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can do that. I can. So let's just give it a try and see. Gosh, let's just get this out here. Right, so we're going to go for it. We're going to try the quick brown dog, or the quick brown fox jumped over a lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Wow, okay, that's interesting. So I've obviously done that into the subject, sorry, into the to field. The iPhone has got it, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The S3, and this is going to get difficult, I don't know how to kind of, here we go. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So I said jumped, it said jumps, not exactly exact, but it's still pretty good. I was still past that. Let's go into the messages and try another one. Actually, no, let's just get rid of that. Whoops. Let's get into the message. This is the comparison between the Galaxy S3 and the iPhone 5. Okay. So in this case, or in this time, the iPhone has actually misspelt 5. It's actually done by instead, whereas the S3 has actually done it pretty much exactly as I said. The other thing about the S3, which is pretty good, is that it feeds you the words as you're talking, so you can see what you're saying as you're saying it, whereas the iPhone kind of thinks about it for a second, then spits out the words afterwards. I prefer that on the S3 actually than on the iPhone, and in that way it's actually much more intuitive. You can actually see what you're saying, and it's more like a dictating experience. Let's try this a bit more. I don't mind talking too much on the Samsung Galaxy S3 because it really does capture your voice and tries to get the words down. Period. Okay, that's a bit weird. So it said, I don't mind talking to my ex on Samsung Galaxy S3 because it really does suck your voice and try to get the words down. Right, so that could get me into a little bit of trouble if I actually send that one. But let's just try and say the same thing on the iPhone. I really don't mind talking on the S5 or the iPhone 5 because it really does match your voice and tries to get the words down. That wasn't exact either. Obviously some ways to go on both these phones before they're ready for prime time, but you know what, I'm gonna give that a draw. And probably going into this I thought the S3 was going to suffer on that, but that has done pretty damn good, I have to say. And both these phones are really good in terms of their own voice capabilities. Somehow though, and this is just my experience, I probably trust the iPhone more because I've used it more and it's given me the results I want more than on the S3. And I think that the S3 doesn't have the amount of different kind of responses that you can do on the iPhone 5. Like for instance, if I was to do this, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The sound of that is something quite atrocious.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I mean, okay, fair enough, it's a geeky kind of thing. You're not always going to do it, but it does have that fun factor. And the iPhone 5 is definitely been building up those kind of responses here and there. It does a good job, I have to say. And the S3 definitely messes up more often than it gets it right, although it has done very good on this particular video. And let's try to see if there's anything else. I mean, there's many other things that you could compare on these phones. I mean, I'm not even going to get into maps. We both know that Google's going to kick his ass in that respect. Maps is looking much better on the Samsung S3 than it is on the iPhone. Although saying that, I was going to a meeting the other day and the Samsung does take some while to actually get the compass in check. So when it's trying to find out what direction you're facing, it takes quite a long time to do it on the S3 and sometimes it gets it wrong. Whereas on the iPhone it's pretty much right every single time. There's no confusion there. So that is another part of a comparison between the Galaxy S3 and the iPhone. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to compare, apart from the camera quality, which I'm not really going to start taking random snaps of. You're not going to be able to see the quality anyway. Can't really think of anything else. I would say actually, just before I finish though, sound quality. Sound quality on the S3 is pretty good, I have to say. It's a decent player, mainly because of the flexibility again of the phone. I'm a person that likes quite a lot of bass on my phone. I play a lot of bass heavy tracks, and the Galaxy S3 allows me to choose my own equalizer and allow me to kind of set the music the way that I want to hear it. So not only do you have all these presets here, but you can also set your own custom one and then mess about with equalizer that even goes into an extended equalizer as well, such as 3D bass, reverb and resize. I'm not even going to the iPhone version because it doesn't really show that, and funny enough the sound settings are not even in the music application, they're in settings. So the funny thing is though, I still kind of prefer the iPhone player, and the reason being is because when you're using the phone in your pocket or whatever, you just want to pick it out and choose the next track. Pretty easy to just double tap on the iPhone, get the controls up and start using it. Whereas on the S3 you can't really do that. You have to pull the notification down, press the thing, and then whatever. Your mileage may vary and you may have different preferences, but I prefer the iPhone 5 representation of it. This is also really cool as well. You can literally press this button at the top here and choose different DLNA devices that will play music from the player on your phone into these devices. So I've got a home cinema system here, and it will allow me to play whatever's playing on this phone straight to the television or to the home cinema system directly from the phone, and that's pretty damn cool as well. The iPhone can do that, but you need another application, plenty of which are free on the App Store. Again, I'm just going to wrap this one down, but again, if there's any other comparisons that you guys want me to do, I will do them. Do let me know and like the page. Thank you very much, and see you later.